My name is Penny Myers. My son, Nicholas, took his life at age 20. I'm a survivor of suicide loss. I want to talk a little bit about emotions, feelings, the obvious. My greatest fear, which I talk about in my first video, was the fear. But the feeling of aloneness, loneliness. When I left my house, it took me a couple weeks to be able to go into my small community grocery store. I felt like everyone was avoiding me. I had a plague. I had something that was contagious, and they were so afraid of catching it. They did not want to bring it home, spread it in their family. People I thought were my friends were afraid to be near me. Naturally, I took offense. Naturally, my heart was breaking, worse than it had already been broken by a loss of my 20-year-old son. Grief, pain, suffering. It was unexplainable. I had the feeling when I walked on the sidewalk, people crossed the street to the other side. I started to feel like I was growing horns out of my head. Porcupine needles all over my body. And I didn't know what to do about it. I forgot what I was in town for. I forgot what I was doing. All I wanted to do was be home in my safe house where nothing could hurt me. Nothing. I would be safe there. Finally, after a few days, maybe a week, I realized that people didn't know what to say. People cared so much. They empathized with me when they saw me. Their visual when they saw me was, oh my God, I'm a mother. My kid hung out with her kid, and her kid is dead. I don't know what I would do. I believe people didn't know what to say. They didn't know how to react. They knew looking at me and saying, I'm so sorry for your loss, would not bring my son back. Nor would it fix what was wrong with me. And what was wrong with me was I was grieving. I was grieving so damn hard. It was oozing out my skin. It was that obvious. I started to feel bad for the people that could not be near me. I had to come up with something. Finally, I put a story in the paper, the local community paper, telling people I knew they were crossing the street. I knew they didn't know what to say. I told them we were grieving. And yes, it hurt. It hurt a lot. But I also said thank you to the community for rallying around us at the funeral and before the funeral and after the funeral. I let people know we would be okay. I will be okay. And that mentioning my son Nicholas's name was important. I'm sure you have felt like that. I'm sure you were a survivor of suicide loss, or you were that person that did not know what to say. It's okay to not know what to say. It's also okay to sit in silence.